Hi everybody, long time no see. I'm just going to draw these blinds. Yeah, I haven't made a video in a while, and that's kind of annoyed me because I've been so busy with everything this year. I'm at university still and doing my DBED teaching. It's a teaching course, and I'm just being flat out and exhausted from that, and I just can't wait until it's all over. And I'll be making more videos. So today I decided to take a break from all that and talk a bit about languages. Actually, a bit about these. What are these? They are my journals. Recently, I was talking with one of my viewers, and he was talking to me a bit about keeping a journal in a foreign language, because that's what I suggested that people do. I want to talk about why I like to do that. Well, I find that when I first learn a foreign language, when I first start, I'll buy myself a Teach Yourself or whatever. May start off with a Pimsleur and then may go to Teach Yourself. But when I'm using the Teach Yourself and I'm going through each dialogue and I'm learning a vocab from each dialogue, as a beginner, I like to pay attention to the basic vocab, the important vocab that's useful for me. It's a way of me keeping track of it, so I will write it down, and as I go through, I'll try and really remember those words and go through each dialogue and get the relevant vocabulary from each and start writing it, and eventually I'll accumulate more and more vocab, and I'll be able to start writing simple sentences, and then later on I'll be able to join sentences, so there'll be a little bit of grammar in there, most of the vocab, a bit of grammar, and that sort of thing. Very simple, and the more I do it, I start to write simple sentences, the easier it gets, and then I'm able to use what I've got and keep a daily sort of journal of what I do. And I think it's great. I enjoy it. I know a lot of people don't like writing, even people who learn foreign languages and people who don't like writing, but I do. And I love speaking, but I also like writing because writing for me is a good way to keep the vocab that I've learned and practice it, because I may not get to speak to people anyway in the early stages. I may not know anyone. So it's a good way for me, to keep track of my vocab and remember it, and putting it into a useful and interesting context. I want to emphasize this, a useful and interesting context. That's the most important thing, I think. First of all, you're practicing your languages, which is great. And second of all, you're keeping a journal of things that happen to you in real day life, and that's meaningful to you. So emotions and meaning and context are all going to help you remember these words, and instead of just learning some grammar, learning some vocab, learning the language all in separate parts like they do at school, you're putting it into a meaningful sort of situation. Now, of course, you'll be limited because it's not your native language, as we know, but you'll do what you can, and then you'll have to consult dictionary or whatever if you want to add new words in. So you'll be writing about simple things that are relevant to you, real things, or made up things too. Sometimes I like to make things up. Okay, so I think it's a good way to use your imagination, and obviously that helps you with your vocab and your language. And also, if you enjoy writing, then you'll enjoy it anyway. It's a good way also keeping track of what you do every day, because things that happen during the day are either good or bad, or you have an emotion attached to them. So you'll associate those, and those emotions will help you learn and memorize that vocab. And it's all about context, as I keep saying. So I'm currently learning Indonesian at the moment, as you know, and I've been doing that for the past 11 months, nearly a year now, actually. Can't believe it. So this is my journal. This is sort of a bit of everything, this journal. But see, hang on. Kept the dates up the top. Oops, over here. Okay, so there's a lot of Indonesian through here. Yep. There's also some other notes in here I've made. Made some notes for Korean as well, but obviously don't have enough vocab in Korean yet to make a journal. But Indonesian, I do, and I've been doing that for a while. So I've got this other pretty big book as well, and this one here too. And if you can see it, the light's not very good. So I make notes. And also, just talking about what I did in the day, and so on. Very simple, but I like doing it. Other people may not like writing, as I've said, but I think a lot of people would if they tried it. So persevere, write down some basic words, build your vocab up, and then try to keep a journal.